You wanted to sit there and laugh it off at the fact that, oh, he's a grown man, he's 20 years old. Baby, that just makes it even worse. Because when you really think about it, how long has this been going on? And people are like, well, it's the men who are the ones perpetuating it. But it's the women allowing it. The child tries to tell their mother, this person touched me. They don't believe them and they tell them to shut the fuck up, and that abuse continues to happen. And you want to be mad that everybody's having a fucking opinion about you, talking about, well, because we're content creators, I whipped my phone out and decided to record a wholesome moment. Shut the fuck up! That's not a wholesome moment, bitch. We just watched your child get essayed. The same people who are supporting a rapist, sexual assaulter, who has literally been tied and connected with Epstein, you're gonna sit here and tell me that you didn't have the slightest inkling that something could be going on? Women like this will always choose men over their children. I can't stand a bitch who will choose a man over their child. You bird brain ass bitch, stand for something. And the boldness to do it in the daytime, door open. Huh? This must be a little too norm. Talking about, yeah, take that. Take what? Do we not hear a lot of the times of pastors, priests, different people that people trusted within the church molesting little boys, molesting the children overall? Father, Son, blanket. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome or welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Father, Son, blanket and protect your kids. So without further ado, let's get started. Yes, I am chronically online, which is why I happened to even see this video in the first place. And I was scrolling on YouTube and I am technically the first. I don't want to be like, I'm the first, but there's a whole bunch of YouTube shorts about it. But I know as time goes on, there's going to be other people out there who make a video about this. But I just needed to put all my other videos to the side, make this video and post it. I have so many videos that I had already pre-planned, pre-batched. And every time this happens, I say it in every video that when I have other videos that have been pre-planned, I push them to the side because one video takes more precedent over the other, and then the universe shows me why I should have talked about it in the first place. The reason why I'm specifically talking about this video and why I named it Father Son Blanket is because that's essentially what it's known as online. Before we really get deep into this video, I just wanted to let y'all know that there is a trigger warning on this video. We're talking about SA, childhood trauma, grooming, COCSA, which is child on child sexual assault, and also bedwetting and sexual trauma. So there's a lot of uncomfortable topics that we're going to be talking about, but I'm warning y'all now. The reason why I'm talking about these topics, because if you've even seen the video and if you can stomach it, obviously I am going to put it in here for educational purposes, because if it was posted online and they were able to monetize it and she's sitting here saying that there's nothing wrong with the video, then you wouldn't have an issue on people making videos on it. Even yes, if there is an assumption on what is going on, a lot of people who have experienced this personally have literally commented down below that stuff like this is what happened to them and their mothers knew and they did nothing to help them. So I'm gonna put the video in here.
Hey!
I'm sorry, you guys are grown adults.
I'm trying to look at his phone.
Huh?
He was over here smiling at his phone.
Oh yeah?
Let me see.
Why you want to smile?
Huh?
You don't need to smile.
What do you mean?
You're an old man.
I ain't no old man. Ciao, cuz. Bonding with my son. I miss this nigga. Hey!
So right there, as you could hear, there was just a slight thing under his breath. With the enhanced audio, you can hear it quite a bit more, but people are speculating online that he said something about like, oh yeah, you take that, or you take that, something along those lines. And then shortly after he says, hey, there's a slurping noise and what sounds like a waistband snapping.
I'm sorry, you guys are grown adults.
Right, and this whole time he's doing this, he's adjusting the blanket. He's trying to keep himself covered. We'll rewatch that again here. See, he's pulling the blanket around, readjusting. The sun comes up. The phone is also off at this point too, right? You can't see that the phone is not, it's not on, it's not lit up.
And there are just so many red flags about this situation. I don't know why the mom is sitting here kikiing like it's okay, but I think deep down she actually knows what's going on. So obviously you saw within the video. The first thing we hear is, yeah, you better take that. Take what? Take what? Because what are we talking about when you said that, oh, I'm looking at his phone? What is taking? Yeah, you better take that? What does that have to do with you seeing what's on his phone and da-da-da-da? Don't piss me off. Second, I know we all heard the of the suction pop. And there was also like a little like apprehensiveness when the mom just up and walked in on them. And it's like the son all of a sudden came up. Why are you under the blanket? Why is your dad like not spooning, but like in a position that like is to the side and you're under the blanket, but he took your phone? Okay. Third, you can visibly see the dad pulling his pants up in some type of capacity. The first he went to the front where he's like trying to pull it up. The blanket is slipping and you can see low key part of his ass crack. If you were wearing pants, you would be able to visibly see it around like your hip line or like whatever like that. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. And the fact that there's so much movement going around under that blanket that we don't know what's actually happening. Okay, I'm on the third or the fourth, whichever one. The fact that he was wearing a latex glove. I don't know who the fuck is trying to defend him in the comments being like, it's a bracelet. I didn't know a bracelet has like a band around here and then also has a clear coating right around your hand. Because what we're not gonna do is sit here and excuse that fucking behavior.
Let's talk about the video I just seen of this grown man and dad under the blanket together that everyone is apparently starting to talk about. Now, at first I was like, a grown man and dad under the same blanket, like, some people are just real dramatic, right, about things that don't make sense as a lot of times, especially because people are just weird. So I went look at the video myself. Yeah, real concerning, real awkward, real uncomfortable. I'm really trying to understand what this mom wasn't picking up. You walk in on your husband, I'm assuming, with his son in bed, under the covers. The son's head is under the covers, and you can hear the dad say, oh yeah, you better take that. And then when he sees the wife, he turns and goes, oh, hey. And then you hear it. You know the sound. The son is immediately nervous and covers his full head. The dad, without any question, begins to explain himself. Oh, I was trying to take his phone. Not to mention, you can physically, y'all go watch the video if you don't believe, you can see the dad under the blanket, reach down and pull his underwear up. And that woman didn't think anything was wrong there? Are we blind? And this is not to shame the son. The son looks pretty grown. I don't know how old he is. He could still be a minor. I am not shaming the son in this. I am very concerned with people who think that this is okay and wives like this who just think it's okay. What? Her job in that situation was to run up, grab that blanket, pull it off, and beat the living fuck out of that man. For doing this to your child. How stupid are you? You cannot tell me that lady did not know. I'm so, like, I don't even know what to say. And this is one of the problems I have when it comes to the conversation of trans women in the women's bathroom. We're so concerned about protecting the kids, right? We're so concerned about protecting people from SA. But why is no one ever doing anything when the SA is happening in their own home? Why is no one ever doing anything? And I hope and pray that someone in that person's family steps in and intervenes when they see this circulating on the internet. And I feel so bad for the son in this situation. His face is posted all in it. Like, and that's the only reason I didn't put this as a green screen or show it. We literally watched this person be SA'd. They need to do something about this. And that family better step up. Because if y'all got an issue with trans women in the women's bathroom for protecting the kids, then we need to protect this kid, right?
Then it's the, hey, like taken off guard that he just got caught up. And then also the fact that one, you're doing this during the day when people are home with the door open. This isn't just a one and done, oh, this hasn't happened before. No, this is a norm.
That whole father and son blanket incident, bro, y'all ain't asking the right fucking questions for me, bro. I'm sitting here wondering, like, there's no way that a 20-year-old man and a dad just one day woke up and went under the blankets and did weird freaky shit, because honestly, we know what's going on under there. And here's the thing, anybody knows, whoever has been, you know, walked in on or caught or whatever, we all act the same way, exactly how that man is acting in the video. Immediately, oh, we were just trying to cover up with the blanket, and then coming up with an excuse like, I did that, sir, at 17, 18. Did it work? No. No, we all knew what was happening. But the big thing, okay, we do gotta say this though, if it is what it looks like in the fucking video, we have to ask ourselves, how long has that been going on for, and how in the fuck has the mom not fucking realized that? And here's the thing, y'all been living how long together? I don't know y'all family, okay? I just seen a video and everybody posting about it, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Why is nobody asking this question? How long has it been going on for? And does the mom know or not? Because honestly, I feel like she's gotta know. I mean, she's gotta know. He's 20 years old. How many years of grooming does that take to get a 20-year-old grown fucking man to do stuff with his father, stepdad, whatever? I don't give a fuck. I don't know who this fucking man is to him, but it's weird. It's really weird. And then she posts some stuff about him, like, attracting gay men. I don't know, sister, that might be a sign. That might be a sign. It really might.
Okay, yes, it has been determined that the person in question is a 20-year-old adult, technically. But how long has this been going on? How long has the grooming happened to get to this point? Do you think that dad just woke up one morning when the son turned 20 and was like, I want to go get in the bed with my son and do these ridiculous things? No. Things like this don't just happen overnight. And then in the next comment below, you said, why are we in their business? Why are we in their business? Have you lost your mind? What? You're asking the wrong questions. The real question should be, why is the dad pulling up his underwear under the blanket? So you're under the blanket with your son, cuddling naked? That's the question we're asking here. Not why are we in their business? And again, you're doing this with your 20-year-old son. He just turned of legal age recently. How long has this been being built up? How long has this foundation been being laid? And you're a coach in children's sports? Yeah, there's cause for concern for things like this. People like you defending this man need to be looked into, because that is real questionable. That's real questionable.
And then for the mom to pull out her phone and to record, this is where I say so many of the times, yes, I understand. I am a content creator. I post even on my archive channel. I've been posting vlogs, and I've been posting consistently on this channel going on 3 years. In September, it'll be 3 years, so we're not quite there yet. But you know what I mean? I've been consistent for the past 2 years. If I make a controversial video, knowing that I have controversial opinions, I know for a fact people are going to comment down below and have their own opinions. Why do you think I start off majority of my videos being like, this is an opinion? This video is not an opinion. This is, we need to save the children. And then obviously with all the concern about that video, when you really see the content of what's going on, people are going to call the police, and that's exactly what happened. The police came, and the mom made a video trying to defend everything, basically saying the police came and that I don't know why everybody assumed he was a minor child. Does that make it any fucking better? I'm sorry, but if your grown ass child is under the blankets with their father or your husband or whatever, and you're trying to play it off like, oh my God, they're just under the blanket, you clearly don't know what the fuck is going on. Are you dead ass? You wanted to sit there and laugh it off at the fact that, oh, he's a grown man, he's 20 years old. Baby, that just makes it even worse, because when you really think about it, how long has this been going on? And I am not trying to sit here and shame the son at all, because you never want to victim shame. There are certain instances where I do victim shame, because like in DV and all that other stuff, but in instances where it involves a child, regardless of if the child is grown and he's not a minor, this is what grooming is. When you really think about it, why did the son feel so ashamed to cover his head up? Why is the dad wearing a latex glove? Why is he sitting there saying, yeah, you better take it? Why do I hear a suction break? What are we talking about? And the mom to sit there and be fucking oblivious oblivious is driving me insane. Because what do you mean? What do you mean that they're just playing around, they're wrestling? Mind you, he teaches / coaches young boys. Oh my fucking God. Mind you, they also said that their youngest wets the bed. If you don't know anything about bedwetting, yes, we know that it can happen because of your bladder and all that other stuff, but another reason associated with bedwetting is sexual trauma. So now that your youngest son is continuously wetting the bed, your oldest, or whoever he is in the lineup, has been caught in bed doing stuff with the dad, but you want to sit there and play it off like it ain't shit, and then you want to sit here and post talking about, oh, my husband attracts gay men. Always talking about gay men.
So, I guess San Diego got a lot of gay people because my husband is attracting many gay men, and then he wants to put my backpack on. He wants to put my backpack on, so he's really getting the looky looks.
So you must know, because subconsciously you are literally projecting it out there. So we're not gonna sit here and act like you don't know what the fuck is going on. And this is why a lot of people don't understand why I be having so much heat for women. As a woman, we have the intuition. And people are like, well, it's the men who are the ones perpetuating it. But it's the women allowing it. The child tries to tell their mother, this person touched me. They don't believe them and they tell them to shut the fuck up, and that abuse continues to happen.
Have you seen the video of the father and son sharing a blanket? Have you seen the follow-up videos of the wife and mother ignoring it? Ignoring thousands of comments and stitches and reposts and people saying it's right in front of your face. Have you seen the other videos that this mother posts of her children with dark circles under their eyes? When you wonder why I spend so much time talking about mothers, when statistically it's men, this is why. Not only did she see it, hear it, experience it in her own body, in her own house, in her own bed, she recorded it. She put that recording on the internet and all of us told her. There's no doubt about it. You can see the video. You can hear the sounds. You can see their faces. They're acting like they got caught. Taking a nap? Watching something on a phone? What is the mother and wife telling herself she saw? What is she saying that is? This is one time that we saw it because she recorded it, but how many times has she walked in on it? How many times has it been happening in her house under her nose? There are so many children in that house. You don't have to be able to read photos to be able to read this situation. Just take one look at that man and know exactly what he wants and what he's about and what he's been up to for years. There are so many children in that house. And that woman is denying what is in front of her face. In front of her face, in her house, in her bed, with her husband, with her children. It's right there. And she posted it on the internet for all of us to see. And now she's telling us we're wrong.
So you're really sitting here telling me that she doesn't even have an inkling of what could be going on? And then at the same time, you want to sit here and you want to be mad that everybody's having a fucking opinion about you, talking about, well, because we're content creators, I whipped my phone out and decided to record a wholesome moment. Shut the fuck up! That's not a wholesome moment, bitch. We just watched your child get essayed! Ugh! I have the reactions that I do because granted, I see everybody else's opinions and they're just, and this is what happened. And they're just stating the facts. No, bitch! Somebody needs to be fucking mad. And if y'all want to label me as the angry black woman, I don't give a fuck. When it comes to children, when it comes to sexual trauma, when it comes to things like this, I'm so don't play with me. So that's why I'm just like, oh my God, this mother literally witnessed her child getting S8 and she did nothing about it. She did nothing about it. Mind you, they're Trumpies. They're Trumpies. And again, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, they're Trumpies, so he deserves it. That boy deserves it. I'm not that fucking evil. All right. What I am saying though, it is very, very, very interesting. The same people who are supporting a rapist, sexual assaulter, who has literally been tied and connected with Epstein, you're gonna sit here and tell me that you didn't have the slightest inkling that something could be going on? You're joking, right? You support Trump, so of course you're willing to turn a blind eye to your own children getting assaulted. Because if the president of the United States can get away with it, then it's your husband doing it, so it's really not that bad. Trying to turn SA into a wholesome moment, that is the part that just blows the fuck out of me. Are you kidding me?
A few weeks ago, I posted a video of my husband and son wrestling around in the bed. So we just got home from watching his championship football game, and we walked by his room and we noticed he was smiling down at his phone. So one of those smiles where you know that he's most likely smiling at a girl. So my husband jumped in the bed to try and look at his phone to see why he was smiling so big for. In the midst of all this, I whipped out my phone because, we're content creators. I started filming them. It was funny, it was hilarious, and it was wholesome to see my son and his dad just wrestling around in the bed, even at their big old age. Total fail, because not even 1 hour later, my video was going viral, but for the wrong narrative. People started commenting on my posts, how disgusting this video is, yada yada, the most horrible and disgusting comments, and people resharing, reposting with their own narrative of false accusations. Are getting hundreds of DMs, hundreds of tags, people threatening us, saying that they're calling the FBI, the local police, calling the football chapter that my husband coaches at. The police even knocked on our door about 2 weeks ago and explained to us that they received many complaints about this video and that we need to be checked on. So they interviewed each one of our kids and asked us, where is the kid on the video? And both my husband and I started laughing, saying, you mean our adult child who is 20 years old? The police started laughing, saying the accusations were that he was a minor child. We had a good laugh with the police, sharing our thoughts and our concerns about this false narrative that's going viral. They completely understood and they apologized for having to interrupt our family time, and they left. All this because of a pushed narrative on a 28-second video of my husband and son, what meant to be a wholesome, quote unquote, you're never too old to still get affection from your dad, or quote unquote, boys will be boys, but dad's still checking on her phone, quote unquote, Pacific Islanders with their grown kids, to the most horrible, disgusting accusations. People have taken the time to find all of our social media, our TikTok accounts, our Instagram accounts, and our Facebook accounts, just to comment on our post with hateful comments and messaging us with horrible, threatening accusations. I had taken down the video for one reason and one reason alone. I realized that the disgusting narrative social media was pushing, my kids and my family would be reading these disgusting and horrible threatening comments. So because I'm a mother, and I'm a mother first before anything else, I protected my family and I removed the video and blocked the people that were sending me hateful comments and reposting this horrible narrative. And I wanted to send this post today so that everyone can understand where we are going from as a Pacific Islander family. Some individuals have misunderstood or misinterpreted this interaction, but I want to clarify that as Pacific Islanders, our love and respect for our children know no bounds, regardless of their age. In our culture, such as playful and affectionate behavior is a testament to the close bonds that we share, and it is rooted in a deep sense of love and care. Just as much as we love our kids, we will also protect our kids. But it most definitely is in the Pacific Islander community. Unfortunately, in today's society, there has been a troubling tendency to misconstrue expressions of fatherly love and family closeness, often viewing them through a suspicious lens. I want to reaffirm that our love is genuine, sincere, and unconditional, grounded in the values that have been passed down through generations. We as Pacific Islanders are a people who embrace joy, playfulness, and unwavering love and support for our children. We will always stand by them and express our love openly and without reservation. It is our culture to remain close and affectionate, and we refuse to allow the distorted perceptions of this modern world to tarnish the authentic expressions of family love. We remain committed to sharing content that reflects our values and clean, wholesome, and rooted in family unity. Thank you for your continued support and your understanding, and please continue to follow us for more positive and family-oriented content as we always have provided. Thank you.
I have no sympathy for bitches who sit there and allow their men to touch their children. I have no sympathy for bitches like you. And that's exactly why I go the hard way that I fucking do. What the fuck? The things with children and sexual trauma is that most of the time the person who is doing it to them is someone that they trust, which why it feels so conflicting to actually go to an adult and tell them that this happened to them. As mentioned earlier, these are very real things. The grooming, the sexual assault, like these are very, very real things. And this is exactly why I'm talking about it within this video. Children are never the ones who initiate anything with the adult. So that is why I'm utterly confused as to why the mother cannot see something wrong with this. Anybody with a fucking brain can clearly see that something is not right with this whole situation. And the fact that she's sitting here trying to laugh it off with the police. So now, in a way, it almost feels like your child has tried to like insinuate to you, or maybe they see the way that you just like don't give a fuck about anything when it comes to sexual trauma. So they've never felt comfortable enough to even come and talk to you in the first place, especially with it being a male child. So that is where now your husband, his father, whoever the fuck this man is, has completely twisted his trust in a way. Because when you really think about it, as mentioned earlier, how long has this been going on? The reason why I make these controversial videos and step on people's necks because I don't give a fuck is because people need to be held accountable. At least if there is somewhere documented on the internet of me calling your bitch ass out and hopefully some change comes about it, then that's all that fucking matters. That's all I care about. At the same time, the reason why especially I'm making this type of video is because you never know what type of child you could be saving in the future. For that family to be Trumpies and again just being okay with like this type of sexual trauma and not wanting to admit it, just trying to brush past it, I don't do that. Especially with the father or dad being a coach to young children, who knows how many victims could be saved if you speak out and say something. This is the issue that I have with people when it comes to serious topics like this, because instead of being controversial and just fucking speaking up, you would rather be a follower and just shut the fuck up and not say anything because it doesn't involve me, it doesn't affect me. That's the issue with people like you. Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean that you are just tight-lipped and you don't say shit about it. What are you talking about? Like, oh, I hate a bitch who can't stand for shit. And this is why people can be like, you're always attacking the woman, like that's giving pick me. No, bitch, I attack both of them. I do attack the woman more because I don't just stand for fucking women's wrongs. What are we doing? This woman sat up here, showed y'all her child getting essayed, made a video talking about, I don't see the issue. But when so many strangers online are trying to tell you, hey, Bookie, something's going on, you want to act like as a woman, your intuition, you want to sit here and be like, well, I don't know. And this is why I have issues, because going down to the next point, women like this will always choose men over their children. I can't stand a bitch who will choose a man over their child. You bird brain ass bitch, stand for something. Stand for your fucking children that you chose to bring into this world. But oh yes, everybody wants to come at Reese when I tell people that they shouldn't be having kids, because you fucking shouldn't. Because things like this happen. Women, as fucked up as it is to say, when situations like this happen, from the things that I've seen, the TikTok comments, the videos, all that stuff, testimonials about them relating to this situation, a lot of people say that when they're a girl, their mom envied them because their mom was a pick-me, would have a man in the house house, and then that man would be touching on them. But the mom would know, but then she would be jealous that the man is showing more attention, and especially sexual attention. I don't even want to say it like that, but to their child rather than them. So instead of seeing that the man is a fucking issue, they look at their child as an issue.
Let me hold your hand, okay? That mom that recorded and posted the video of her husband and son under the blanket doing everything but praying, okay? She posted it and acted like that because she was trying to shame them for what they were doing, okay? She wasn't doing it because it was funny and it was a girl. He was on the phone texting and he jumped in the bed to fuck all that. I know that's a lie because the younger son is also wetting the bed. He's a 3D PO, and he's been probably doing that with the 20-year-old, who isn't his biological son, by the way, for years, for fucking years. Stop. She didn't just do it because it was funny. Why did it start there? Why did it start there? Get the whole interaction, right? She did it to shame the both of them into changing their behavior. The same way all these other wives, as sick as it is, as fucking disgusting as that video was, that's her reasoning for why she posted that video, to cause all this chaos and force the behavior to change between them two. Because that son, I literally almost puked, because that son is old enough now where he's not a kid anymore, to the point where she looks at that son as competition. That's how these bitches are. These bitches don't give a fuck about the well-being of the child at all. You can tell. She don't give a fuck. And it's not she's just hippy-dippy, doopsy-loopsy and didn't know what was going on. Get the fuck out of here. All these moms know. I don't care how they act. They all fucking know. She did it because she's fucking jealous. Yeah, in my opinion.
You guys, when I see this video right now, I didn't understand the context of it because it doesn't show the full video. I can't find the full video, but when I do, I will show it. But the context of the video is, this is a 10-year-old little boy. He went to tell his mom that he had got SA'd instead of her being a mom, comforting him, validating his feelings, asking him what happened, who did it, and all that stuff. Because, you're supposed to defend your kid. She did the opposite. She went on to antagonize him and call him a liar and all this stuff instead of having his back. A 10-year-old little kid. You think a kid's gonna know things in detail if it wasn't true? And in all honesty, you should always believe your kids. When your kids say that somebody touched them inappropriately, said something to them weird, or hurt them, why would the first thing you would think of is to, think that they were lying or trying to make them feel belittled? I don't know. That's what I think that is. If somebody comes to you, y'all, with something like this, I don't think the first initial reaction you should ever have, this goes for anybody, is to shame them or make them feel bad. That doesn't make any sense. You know how uncomfortable it is to even disclose something like this? And that person came to you because they trusted you, and then you destroyed that whole trust. And this is a mom. The worst type of moms are the ones who create men like this. Y'all ladies always want to talk about how men are so bad. Who raises these men? How do you think this boy is going to grow up now, not having the one person that's supposed to love him, understand his feelings, help him regulate his emotions? Look at the rage and anger he has. And this is going to continue and only get worse. And the fact that she posted this, oh my God, y'all. I'm sorry. There's one thing I cannot stand, and you already know this. There's certain things I think you should keep private. You're going to record your son in his worst moments, and then now everybody knows his business. What a mom. What a mother of the year. Dude, she needs to... I have nothing else to say, y'all. I'm disgusted. All right, I lied. I'm back. This really bothers me because I feel like there's so much pressure on girls. Don't do this. Don't go out. Don't do this. And I've seen it. I have brothers. Go out. Have fun. Do this. Do that. But boys also can be put in danger. Boys also can be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? Those are also your kids. You should care about your sons and daughters the same way equally. I don't have kids, y'all, but if I did, I know damn well I would be very secure with them, because I'm telling you right now, y'all, I'm not very trusting of other people, and I've seen too much growing up, so no. But I'm just saying, protect your sons, care for your sons, listen to your sons. If you don't want your boys to grow up angry, chaotic, and not understanding women or even caring about women's emotions, look, If your son comes to you with his deepest, darkest things and you push him away, when he meets other women, don't you think he's going to do the same thing with them? There's no comfort in women. He didn't learn that from you, and you're teaching him that. Why do y'all even have fucking kids sometimes? I don't feel like there's a rule book to be like the greatest mom, but there's some stuff you just don't do. Record your kids in their darkest moments. Tell everybody about your kid's SA story. You know, maybe you should hold your kid. Maybe you should validate his experience. Maybe you should go kick the person's ass who fucking did this stuff instead of taunting your child. I hope the same energy you have for your own kid, when you find out that this is all true, please have that same heat, animosity, and that little taunting bullshit you were doing to your own son. That should piss me off. Do it to the dude. Do it to whoever, and make sure you get other people to body this person. I'm not even joking, because what? I'm sorry, y'all. I could not imagine doing that to my own kid or even anybody. If somebody came to me right now and told me that, I wouldn't question them. I would just say, let's go to the police or so. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
And that's a whole other video that I'm going to make during Black History Month, talking about the adultification of Black children, because it's a very real thing. So in this instance, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Mothers want to sit here and get mad at their young child for their older boyfriend touching on them, but children cannot consent. That's exactly where I'm so confused, and that's exactly where I'm saying, how long has this been going on for? How long? And the boldness to do it in the daytime, door open. This must be a little too norm. Talking about, yeah, take that. Take what? I'm gonna keep saying it. Take what? Take what? Ooh, hey. I wanna choke your bitch ass. This is why I will always call out a pick-me ass bitch, because men know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing, which is why I be calling y'all out. You allow the abuse of your children to slip through the cracks, all for the sake of saying you have a man. Was it worth it? Was it? Okay. A lot of people are even relating this to the sick film, The Johnsons or whatever about that, where it's essentially the son molesting the dad. But a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not used to it being that way. But like, yeah. So I know there's like a weird comparison, but it's like basically flipped. It's so interesting where people who are Trumpies are extremely homophobic, extremely racist, but then will sit up here and do shit like this. You want to talk about and spew homophobic rhetoric, right? But then at the same time, your husband is sitting here molesting your kids and you don't want to do nothing about it because he would never do that. And then you want to make jokes about him being gay and attracting gay men, but y'all support Trump, so he would never do that. The call is coming from inside the house, literally. It's even sadder because I feel like something that isn't talked about a lot is the way that we form our sexual pleasures and things of that sort. A lot of that for some people can be formed within childhood trauma that happened with sexual trauma within their childhood. So if you really think about it, I don't want to sit here and try to identify this man of what he likes sexually and all that other stuff, but just judging from testimonies and things that I've heard, it can be very confusing that you've been groomed, you've been forced to do these things since you were a young boy, you don't want to like appear as gay, or it's almost like you want to be attracted to women, but because of what you've been doing in your childhood forced, that changes your attraction to certain things, and now you feel dirty because you're attracted to men even though that's what you've been doing, but it's like you want to be attracted. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very confusing for a child. And this is why I preach so hard on certain people just shouldn't have kids. Certain people should not bring people into this world to suffer. There are so many examples of children suffering, and that is exactly why I talk about the things that I do. Protect these children. This video is a bit of a longer one, and I really don't care because I talk about things that need to be talked about. This whole father-son blanket, I don't know if you caught the play on words that I was trying to do, like the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but it's essentially giving like people in the church. These types of situations are exactly where people get away with this type of sexual trauma on younger children and younger people who trusted them at one point. Does that not sound pretty familiar of things that happen within the church? Do we not hear a lot of the times of pastors, priests, different people that people trusted within the church molesting little boys, molesting the children overall? Father, Son blanket. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay. But like I said, I talk about these raw topics regardless of if I monetize the video or not, only because it needs to be talked about. I think this is why I've always just generally had like a controversial opinion, and even in high school, y'all. I've always been known to be controversial within high school. That is nothing new. So that's where I'm like, these YouTube videos kind of like allow me to have an outlet to continue to spread my opinions, because it's an opinion. Just because I have an opinion about this video doesn't mean that you have to necessarily agree with me. That's why it's an opinion for a reason. But I simply wanted to make this video because I feel like it needs to be more pressing as to why so many people are even making videos about this in the first place. You walked in on him saying, yeah, you better take that. He gets startled, has a high pitch, hey, like he got caught doing something he shouldn't have have been doing. You then see him basically trying to pull up his pants. You see him, oh, I'm just cuddling him, I'm just seeing what he's doing, da da da. No, you see his hand has a glove on it. I'm just very confused as to why she's trying to, you know, be in denial about this, but baby, you chose to post it to the internet where the internet lives forever, and now this boy is only going to be known as father-son blanket. You did that to your own child. That's where I say so many times, be very wary of what the fuck you post online, because when you post stuff online, you are allowing the world to have an opinion about your life. That's why you have to be okay with it. That's why I don't be giving a fuck, because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna post what the fuck I want to post, but obviously I'm going to use my critical thinking skills and be like, is this something I want on the internet for the rest of my life? No, then maybe I shouldn't post it. I know you try to sit here and be like, oh, that's wholesome. Baby, it almost seems like you were trying to expose your husband without actually exposing him, and you did that. Anyways, I think I have yapped long enough. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
I need you, man.